beautiful, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of Walk the Talk with AB. So, if today is your first time of joining me, please kindly note this is a solution, focus, counseling, and mental health support program where, as a clinician, I try reaching out to those who are in need of support to a particular challenge in their lives. And folks, today's program is going to be a little longer. It's been a while since we had an episode of Walk the Talk. Okay? So please hang in there with me. I'm so sorry. Life can be very busy sometimes and demanding, okay? So I don't want to waste much of your time. So let's go straight to today's first question, okay? So our first question from today is from Sharon. Sharon, oh, beautiful name. And she says, Auntie Abby, my name is Sharon. I live here in Canada with my family and would like to ask you two questions. My first question is, I would like to become a social worker. Oh, that's so cute. I have applied several times, but I was not given admission. Instead, this time I got admission to study addiction studies. Should I accept it, or should I keep trying until I get into social work? Also, can you please tell me the kind of work social workers actually do, apart from the popular belief that they help the poor, so that my parents can understand once and for all and just leave me alone? Thank you, Auntie Abby. Oh, that's so pretty, pretty, pretty. That's so cute. Thank you so much, Sharon, for sharing, okay? Yes, my dear. I know sometimes getting into a social work program can be very difficult, okay? Especially when you are applying to major universities, especially the ones in Ontario, in Toronto to be precise. Like University of Toronto, they do not offer BSW programs, which is social work honors, undergrad. They don't offer it, they only offer master's program, And then York offers undergrad program for social work, and then a master's program. Also, Ryan's does the same, okay? So sometimes getting into York, especially for the BSW program, can be very demanding because there's just a lot of people who is trying to come in, and York University is one of the universities that offers critical social work. So a lot of people are coming from different parts of Canada trying to get in, coming from different social sciences too, trying to transfer and get in, right? So sometimes it can be very difficult, okay? But please don't stop trying. And then before I want to go further, I want to say congratulations, at least, for getting into addiction studies, okay? And you don't have to wait until you get into social work. You can accept the addiction studies while you're studying that in your first year. You keep applying for social work. So instead of starting from the scratch, you are already a university student, your first year, and with very good grades and a very powerful rationale why you want to become a social worker, you can make the transfer. Okay? So instead of just waiting, you don't have to do that. Go into the addiction studies. Try to get the best grades that you can. I will tell you, at least an A will help you, okay? An A grade to get into it. So when you have that and you have a very powerful rationale, try it again. You get in your first year, or even in your second year, in your third year. I've seen people who already graduated in psychology, they already have a BA, honors or a BA, and in other social sciences, and they still apply for social work. They don't take them, okay? So keep trying, don't lose hope, Okay, my dear. And again, I like that you have the zeal, excuse me, you're passionate about it, you want to go study social work. I'm really really happy to see folks who are showing that interest. Okay, so but one thing I want you to understand is if it's something you really want, you need to fight for it till you get in. Like I said, just one attempt is not enough. I've seen people who have tried 3-4 times before they got in. Some even graduated from sociology, graduated from psychology, graduated from human rights and other social sciences, women's studies, and yet they could not get in. Okay? Why some got in? Okay? So keep trying, my dear, because sometimes most of these other courses can be very limiting. Most of these other programs can be very limiting and restrictive of your potential and expertise, because you can only practice with your major or practice with what your major denotes, right? So when you go to read women's studies, for example, or you go to read addiction studies, child and children studies, or child and youth studies, or you go and say, okay, I want my major to be disability studies, and so on and so forth, can be very restrictive sometimes on where you can work. These are all fantastic majors, right? Fantastic majors. But then they are all encapsulated into social work program. Okay? Okay, Sharon? All these other studies are all encapsulated into social work program. And so when you take social work, you now have the opportunity to learn all these other studies, all these other programs, instead of learning it one by one, like instead of learning it individually. Okay? So social workers or social work covers all of that, like I said, as a social scientist and as a generalist. So as a social worker, you are not restricted. You know about women's studies, you know disability studies, you know addiction studies, mental health studies, all these other studies. You are a generalist, and a social scientist, especially at a master's level of qualification like myself. You can work with women, you can work with men, children, youth, disabled and able body. You can work with the elderly and all forms of human beings on Earth planet. All forms of human being in Earth planet, presenting all forms of vulnerabilities. You can go designing programs, social policies, and tailoring resources to meet all kinds of people's needs as they present. So social work is not just helping the poor. You can design policies. Okay? You can deal with all kinds of problems, of human beings. And then you can tailor resources to each of the problem individually as they present. If it's an elderly problem with elderly, if it's a problem with the disabled, if it's a problem with women, with children, name it. You can work with any of this population. Okay? And then to your second question, concerning whether we help the poor, yes, my dear, it is true that as social workers, we help the poor. But our work doesn't, our work does not just stop there. We give voice to the voiceless. We protect the oppressed. We advocate, mediate, heal, and help people manage all forms of challenges. So where you find a human being or any living thing, you should also look out for a social worker. Okay, my dear? We work hand in hand. We can work hand in hand with court judges, magistrates. We can work as mediators, family advocates in family courts, customary courts. We can work even in criminal courts, any kinds of courts. We can work hand in hand with psychiatrists, psychologists, various fields of medicine, doctors, nurse practitioners, okay? And then as social workers, we protect children as child protection workers, and can take the child from anybody and anyone when we feel the child's life is in danger. The child is being abused or unsafe, but of course we get court order, okay? And then as social workers, we can work in penitentiaries, prisons, we can work in veteran affairs, we can work in schools, either kindergarten, primary, secondary, which is high school, university, college. We can work in any kinds of school. We can work in the hospital. We also work in the banks. So all kinds of government establishments, we can work there. And then as social workers, we can open all kinds of organizations to service all kinds of people and their needs. We can also go into private practice. We can do psychotherapy. We can work as a therapist or a counselor. Either we can be a marriage counselor, family counselor, mental health addiction therapist, helping people with all kinds of addiction and mental health challenges, from anger management, people who are going through abuse, trauma, PTSD, gambling, anxiety, sexual abuse, and addiction, people who have bipolar, alcohol use, even people who are having problems with food, okay? So people who are going through grief, divorce, stress, depression, and so on and so forth. So that's why sometimes you see me giving counseling, because in my own private practice, I do therapy, okay? So I can work with people who are going through all these things I just mentioned. Either it's an addiction, it's of marriage issues, relationship issues, family problems, and all that, okay? So as a social worker, you can be a therapist. You can actually do every of these things. So everywhere and any place in the world, social workers can work without needing to go back to school. Okay? So for example, if I decide to relocate to a place like Germany, I don't need to go back to the university to graduate, to be able to practice as a social worker. All I need to do is to learn the language, know how to speak the language, know how to communicate in the language, and then understand their policies and know how to apply my job to their policy. Okay? The same applies to anywhere in the world, even in Afghanistan, even in Africa. Okay? Social work is that profession that can be applied anywhere in the world. Okay, Shireen? So, my dear, go for it. Go for it. You can't go wrong. Okay? Okay? If it's something you really want to be, go for it. I hope this helps, my dear. Okay? But if you need more information and mentorship on this, do not hesitate to email me, and I will walk the talk one-on-one with you through it, okay? I'll help you go through your rationale. I will support you in any way that I can. I love when I see my people, aspiring to become somebody, okay? So go for it, my dear, and good luck, okay? All right, let me know how it goes too. So let's quickly go to the second question. Oh my God, that was a very long question. So the second question is, big sister, my name is Lovett. I met this man 3 years ago that I'm very much in love with here in Europe, and we will be getting married next December. But the problem is I have 2 children in Nigeria, 9 and 12 years old, that I have not told him about because I am scared he will leave me. What should I do, sister? Hi, love it. Thank you so much for sharing this with me and for sharing it with my audience. Because sometimes when we share, a lot of people too will learn from it. Because I know this is a problem a lot of women are going through. So sometimes it's good we talk about it, okay? So thank you for sharing. Um, love it. I want to think you are hiding your children from your man out of uncertainty and the fear that he may leave you, correct? So, what now makes you think he will not leave you now if he finds out now or later? Huh? As a matter of fact, finding out late will make him want to dig more into your past to know how many more things you are hiding away from him. Okay, my dear? The trust he has for you will be breached. Huh? Will be breached and totally broken if he has to find out in the hard way, have to find out by himself. And you know, when trust is broken, it is difficult to mend the pieces. It is difficult for it to come back. Girl, 4 years? 4 years dating a man, planning marriage with this man, and you have 2 children back home in Nigeria. You've not disclosed. That is a lot of time to trick a partner. And then you are continuing with the trick. You continue to trick him. And then later, when this man finds out and then start reacting in certain ways, everybody will start saying and start judging him and saying, oh, what a wicked man. He abandoned and turned this beautiful woman into a single parent. And then all those abuses will start raining on this man. So why do you have to do that? And my dear, hiding for so long, hiding these thoughts, what you have in your life, in your mind for so long, will even affect your own peace of mind. It will affect your rest of mind. You will feel guilty. You begin to have guilty conscience. And I think because you are already feeling not too comfortable, that you are hiding it from him. That's why you're seeking support today. That's why you are asking if it's right or wrong. My dear, I always want to walk the talk. So let me walk it with you today, okay? Keeping it in your mind is not helping you too. You need to free yourself. You need to free yourself of that guilt. Give yourself and give him the chance to be happy. Give him the right as a human being to know you, and then decide if he wants to spend the rest of his life with you or not. Okay? So you don't become a single parent again if he finds out you deceived him into marrying you. Because he marries you now, you can have more children with him. And then at the end of the day, he finds out and he decides to leave. So you're going to have those 2 first set of children for someone else. You're going to have another broken home. You don't want that for yourself, right? Sometimes introducing your previous children to your mind from the beginning will also help you to know how good the man will be as a father, and how deep this man really likes you. Okay? So a man that will love you will still love you regardless. If he is the right man for you, he will come and then accept your children with you together as a package. He will not tell you to leave the children somewhere and then he wants you alone. He will not do that. So sometimes you need to say the truth. Tell the man the truth. I have 2 children. This is the situation behind it. This is how everything came about. I love you and I want to start a relationship with you or build a family with you. Let the man decide whether he wants to be with you or not. whether he wants a woman who have children before or not. The same thing applies to men too. When you meet a lady and you know, okay, this relationship is getting serious and getting tighter, you need to come out clean. Say the truth so that your union does not suffer in the future. Okay? Tell him the truth. Huh? To free yourself from for being alone in the future. Like I said, my dear, children are gift from God. And marriage should be a safe and happy platform to receive them. Okay? Don't forget, again, children are gift from God. And marriage should be a safe and happy platform to receive them. Okay? So go ahead and have that conversation with your man before it's too late, my dear. Okay? I hope this helps. Good luck. Let me know how it goes. Okay? And then to our third question of the day. Miss Abby, my partner loves to have sex every day of the week. I am so exhausted trying to meet to his demands. I am usually a very sexy woman. That I just cannot put up with his sexual demands. Should I leave him or what should I do? This person did not leave their name. That's good. Okay, anonymous. Okay, my dear. Thank you so much for sharing this with me. I appreciate you sharing this question. Okay? But in this case, I suggest you have a serious conversation, like having a serious discussion with your partner, with your man, concerning how you're feeling. And then the best ways to manage his sexual urge. Okay? And people, just because a man has a very high libido or gets an erection often, every now and then, does not mean a woman has to always be the one to cool him down. Just because a man's libido is high and he's always in need of sex, getting an erection every time, does not mean it is a woman who has to always cool him down. No, not at all. If not, you will end up killing her. You will end up killing her. Okay? Except you actually have a woman who is like you, who wants it in the morning for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner. If not, if it's a regular woman, you will end up killing her with so much urge. Okay? So sometimes too, self-service, okay, can also help you. So learn and know how to satisfy yourself, to also give your partner some space and time to rest. This question goes vice versa, right? It can be for a man, it can be for a woman. Sometimes you have regular men and you have women who are like, okay, I want it. And the man does not have that stamina, that energy to keep up to that pace. So sometimes, whether you're a man or a woman, you need to learn to service yourself. You need to learn to service yourself. Just because you need it every day does not mean the other person has to be the one to attend to it. To make you realize and make you get to Sokoto. Okay? So you need to learn how to do it yourself sometimes, so that your partner too can have some rest. Okay? Give your partner some time. My dear, like I said, have a conversation and discuss coping mechanisms with your partner to be able to save your union. Okay? But if you feel as a woman, at any given point in time, even when you've had conversations with him, at any given point in time, you feel your body, as in your body is no longer yours. Okay? You do not feel your body belongs to you anymore because of so much touching, and everyday sex. My dear, you need to drop him like he's hot. Okay? Again, at any given point in time, as a woman, you feel your body is no longer yours. As in, you don't feel it belongs to you anymore because of so much touching and demands for sex. Girl, you need to drop him like he's hot. Okay? Drop him. You alone can decide what you want to do with your body. Who to touch it and who not to touch it, regardless if that person is your husband or your wife too. Okay? So girl, go take control of that body. Go take control of it. It is yours. It is yours and only yours. Don't forget that. Take control of it. Okay? I hope I have been able to support you with that question today. Good luck. Good luck, my dear. So let's go to the fourth question. Excuse me. Madam, my name is Niyi. I'm an African man. I have been married for 20 years now with 4 children. Oh, Niyi, with your name, I know you're African. How are you? Okay. So, my name is Niyi. I'm an African man. I've been married for 20 years now with 4 children. The problem I need help with today is that my wife stopped having sexual intercourse with me since she attained menopause. I am very tired and frustrated with the situation. I am planning to marry another wife to divorce her. Please advise on next step. What do I do, madam? Oh, Niyi, I'm so sorry that you're going through this, and I thank you so much for sharing. This is another question that I think a lot of people are going through. Okay? So, like I have always said, when we share things like this, other people learn from it, they gain from it. So thank you so much, Niyi, for sharing this with me and for sharing it with my audience. Okay? So, Mr. Niyi, a woman attaining menopause is not a bad thing, my brother. It is not a bad thing. It is part of our anatomy as women. And it can come, and menopause can come with lots of challenges too. Okay? Just the same way when men get to certain age, when men attain certain age, they start having challenges too with certain parts of their body. And their mechanisms and behavior changes too, right? So, yes, just as men's body change, women also change. I know there is this popular belief and this popular expectation that a woman must always be glowing. A woman must always be, shining and look attractive and inviting. Okay? But sometimes we also have to understand that her body also changes with time. Like becoming a mother, raising children, building a home, and also taking care of you and the children. All this can also take a toll on her too, right? So that model 20 years old girl or girl that was in her 20s that you married 20 years ago is now a woman. She's now a mother, a wife, and maybe she's even a grandmother. Therefore, in that age, she's already in that age of menopause. Okay? I am sure you yourself, Mr. Niyi, you yourself, I am sure you yourself don't look that boy your wife married 20 years ago, right? That young boy she married that was like, that thought the whole world was just on top of his shoulders. But now you two, I'm sure you now have some gray and everything is no longer the same. So sometimes we need to be considerate, okay? Well, my dear, I am not an MD. a medical doctor or a gynecologist, but from general knowledge of knowing about women, about our body, right? And especially with menopause and how most women suffer from menopause. I can tell you that a lot of women, when they are in their menopause, they suffer dryness. Okay? They suffer dryness apart from other symptoms such as mood swings, hot flashes, weight increase, and so on and so forth. So you as a husband knowing that, and then understanding that your wife with that dryness of her private area because of menopause will make her feel pains during sexual intercourse instead of feeling enjoyment. Okay? So if you understand all this, that okay, this woman has gotten to this stage. This is a reality we need to face. How do I support my wife for us to go through this process? Okay, so that we can continue to enjoy ourselves. So supporting her now is what should be paramount in your agenda, Mr. Neye. Like I said before, try to be considerate with her womanhood, and the inevitable woman experience of menopause, and then support her with the process. There are lots of lubricants and vagina hydrating creams and gel you can purchase, you can use to help boost things up. Okay? Excuse me. Also, there are lots of diet and healthy routine to follow, which will also help her, to manage the symptoms, and then she can begin to get her groove back. Okay? So when you get those creams, those gel, those lubricants, you're eating the proper food, going through the proper diet, as a woman in that stage of menopause, it will help you to manage your symptoms and then get some groove back. Get some groove back. Remember, that fire is not supposed to quench that easily, just because, okay, you've attained this age too as a woman, then you give up on it. Oh no, let the shits continue to holler. Let the shits continue to bring out what? Fire. Okay, so Mr. Neye, try to talk to your health provider concerning that, okay? You and your wife, you can talk to your health provider, a gynecologist, a doctor, or a midwife, okay? And above all, pet your wife and be considerate as a partner. Things change. Don't forget, you are in this together. No, it's not when things change you start running. And then to your question of saying you want to marry another wife, it's not the solution, my dear. Because one day too, the new wife will also get to menopause. If she's a woman, she will also get to menopause. So will you keep marrying more wives? When each of the wives get to menopause, you marry another young one. So how young are you going to be? You yourself. Or maybe along the line, your own package as a man may stop functioning. And guess what? Because you were not loyal, these women may decide to leave you all alone, dry, and then you die. They may decide to leave you dry altogether. Okay? So, my dear, be considerate, and try to work things out with your wife. Okay? Good luck, good luck, good luck. All right, the fifth question for today, people. Auntie Ebi, my boyfriend is leaving Nigeria for Europe, and he's asking that I wait for him. Seeing what has happened to others who waited makes me so afraid to make that promise to him. What do I do, Auntie? Oh, my dear. Oh, love is so sweet. Love is so sweet. So your boyfriend that is going to Europe for the first time is asking you to wait for him till he comes back to marry you, right? So he's your boyfriend. Okay, so my dear, thank you so much for sharing this. This is a very good question that affects a lot of people, both men and women, especially in this age where a lot of people are traveling out to look for better life, going out of Africa to look for better life in the diaspora? So this is a good question. Thank you for sharing, because others will learn from it. Okay, my dear. So you know what? I'll be very frank with you. I'm going to walk the talk with you. Okay? Waiting for your partner is not a bad thing if there is a clear direction of where the relationship is going. Okay? Don't just wait on empty ground or empty promises. Okay, my dear? Remember too that our tradition as Africans or Nigerians, our tradition forbids adultery. Okay? Our tradition forbids adultery. And then you need to examine yourself too as a woman, your capabilities of patience. You know, your capabilities, the way you think, okay, I can hold myself, abstain myself from having fun, from having sex till this person comes. Can I be loyal? Can I be faithful? You need to examine yourself. What and what you can do, how long you can wait. So there's a lot of components you need to put into consideration if you are considering waiting for a partner who is going overseas for the first time to look for better life. You know, you need to ask yourself, is this person my husband? Are you his wedded wife? Is this person the father of your children? What is the commitment you have with this person? Or this person is just a boyfriend, a lover. There is no legal or traditional commitments with this person. So these are lots of things you need to put into consideration, my dear. Okay? And then it is good to know. So for your information, coming to the Western world, coming to the diaspora, you know, without your father or your mother having an investment here waiting for you to become the CEO, can be very challenging and difficult to survive. Okay? So from you fighting your way to come in, to learning the language if it's not an English speaking place, and then you trying to get legal studies, finding a job, making friends, trying to learn the dynamics of the society, and then save some money after some years to be able to go home, my dear, it takes a lot of time. That takes a lot of years. Yes, lots of years, my dear, to be able to do all these things. So it's not something you rush to. Like I said, if your parents, your uncle, daddy, mommy did not establish a company here for you, where you will come automatically, you become the CEO, and then you really need to work your way to get every dime that you own. So you need to earn it. It takes time. I have to be truthful with you. Like I said, I need to walk the talk with you. So it takes some time. Okay? So this is so you need to ask yourself, are you ready to sacrifice your time for all that? So this decision of waiting for a partner is individualistic. It's an individual thing. You need to think. You know, it is something you need to weigh well. You need to weigh it to see if it's exactly what you want for yourself. Okay, my dear? And then you need to think, even if you wait faithfully and sacrifice your life and time, what makes you think this person will come back for you? So if you decide to wait years and wait all the time that it takes for this person to come, what makes you think that after this time, this person will come back to you? There are lots of beautiful women here too, and very cute men. Okay? Okay? And then there will be a lot of people too who want him. Who also want him just the same way you want him there. And you know, the person you see every day is different from the person you don't see. Okay? So the one here too is not ready to let go for him to come to you. So you need to put a lot of things into consideration. Okay? Because, yeah, as a man too, he has been having relationship here, right? Or do you also think he will be abstinent for all the years he will be here without you? While you are in Nigeria waiting for him and hoping he comes back for you. You think he's going to be here if he's spending 3, 4, 5 years to 10 years before he comes back for you? Do you think he's going to stay without having sex or having a relationship with another person? Most people, before they can get stitches here, they get married and all that. So you need to weigh a lot of things, young lady, okay? Be wise. Above all, be very wise. Like I said, it's an individualistic thing. Think about it. See if it's something you can do. Weigh yourself. Look at this person you are trying to wait for. Is it somebody you can be faithful to? Is it somebody you can pledge your loyalty and the best years of your life waiting for him? Think about it, girl. Okay? Good luck. Good luck. So the 6th question of the day, I told you it's going to be a little lengthy today, so just hang in there, okay? We'll be done soon. So it's just 9 questions. This is the 6th one. So, hello, madam. My husband is a no-nonsense man, and he's known for it. But sometimes I think he's too harsh with the children. And when I draw his attention to it, he gets very offended. And say I am the one spoiling the children. I am tired and feel like leaving him for good. Please, what should I do? Advise me. Thank you so much for sharing this with me, my dear. So let's get straight to it. When you say your husband is a no-nonsense man, do you mean harshness, aggressiveness, or aggressive response to situations and challenges, including treating his children with wickedness, all in the name of discipline? Please, people, do not mistake mental health for no-nonsense. For no-nonsense and someone with anger issues or anger problem that actually needs anger management. Okay? There's always an underlying factor that perpetuates each such behavior. So when you say somebody is a no-nonsense person, that's, to me, on its own, denotes harshness, aggressiveness. Okay? So you need to know that there's always underlying factors that perpetuate such behaviors. That's harsh discipline that we tend to give to our children in Africa. It's considered abuse. It's abuse. So, my dear, check your husband's background properly, okay? To know how he himself grew up and how that is affecting his behavior and how that projects to how he treats his own children. So check to look for, assess it to look for underlying factors why your husband is behaving in certain ways. How did he grow up? How did his own parents treat him? Did he grow up with his parents? Did he grow up with an auntie, an uncle who maltreated him? You need to check all this, okay? Because the world itself is full of nonsense, if I may say. Excuse me. The world itself is full of nonsense, so you cannot manage your temper, So if you, as a person, you cannot manage your temper to move around that nonsense that is going on in the world, that speaks volume, okay? You cannot tell people how to behave or perceive others as nonsensical because they behave differently from you, okay? So that term, no nonsense man, to me sounds aggressiveness, like I said before. It sounds troublemaker, very intolerant, reacts to everything with aggressiveness and harshness. So, my dear, if you think your husband's behavior is turning into an abuse to your children and it makes you feel very uncomfortable, please stand your ground to protect yourself and your children, okay? Because here, from what you just said, the person who should actually seek help is your husband to be able to manage his anger and no-nonsense behavior, okay? You do not have to put up with that attitude. No, you don't. So think about it. Study it properly That no nonsense behavior. The word is nonsensical already. So we need to learn how to be tolerant. So when you say you don't take nonsense, that is harsh. And there could be a lot of underlying factor, like I said, okay? So I hope this helps you, my dear. Good luck. Good luck. So the 7th question for the day is, hi, Miss AB. Is it possible to find love on social media and get married? And then, is it also good to find a former lover with whom you lost contact for over 20 years on social media and still marry them? Please kindly advise, because I'm in that situation right now. Thank you, James. Okay. Thank you, James, for sharing this with me. And for sharing it with my audience, okay? This is a very good question. If you can find love on social media, or if it is okay for you to marry somebody you know before and you now reconnect on social media. Very nice question. My dear, no love is bad. Love is love, regardless where you find it, okay? So no love is bad. Love is love, regardless where you find it. Whether in social media or in person or in any other means, love is love and love is good. Okay? Now, if you meet someone on social media, you need to watch out and be very careful to go see him or see her secretly without knowing him well. For safety reasons, for safety purposes, right? You need to examine the situation very well, critically. You need to examine the person, where the first meeting will be taking place. You need to try to have all useful information before meeting that person in person. And let your best friend and family member know about your meeting with that person. You can either meet in an open park, in a restaurant, where there's a lot of people for the first meeting. Don't go to the person's house. A lot have happened too, like people who are meeting people online, and then you go to their house, the next thing you hear, they are dead. So you need to take precautions, okay? Yes, so like I said, get all the necessary information, do your own investigation, and yes, it is actually possible to find love on social media. Yes, a lot of people have met on social media, got married, and they are happily living together. Even some already have children. So, like I said, love is love. It doesn't matter where you meet the person, love is love. And then let's hurry to your second question. Whether it is okay to marry someone you know, right? Okay. And then you reconnect with that person. My dear, the answer is yes and no. Yes, because you already know that person and have a history, a trajectory with that person that you can rely on. And the relationship will continue from where you guys stopped. From where you stopped, from where folks stopped before, instead of starting from scratch. So you already know this person long ago. You lose contact with this person. And thank goodness there is Facebook, there is social media platforms. And now you reconnect with this person. Is it okay to date this person again? Yes and no, right? So the yes one is okay. This person, instead of starting from scratch, you already have a history with this person. You already know this person. So if it was something really good, then all you need to do is to rekindle it. Let the fire begin and let it burn. Okay? And then you don't need to start from scratch, like I said. But the other one, but no, because you have not been in their life, in this person's life for a very long time. As a matter of fact, you've not been in their life forever. There's been a long gap from when you knew this person. Maybe when you knew this person, you were high school sweethearts, right? And now you both are full-grown adults. Maybe this person has been married and divorced, and the other person the same thing, vice versa, right? You're not grown adults. And then you're meeting, you want to rekindle that fire. It's something you have to be you take a lot of precaution with you, because you don't know what has passed. You don't know the life this person is now living. So dating them may be bad or even dangerous to you. You left them before for a reason, right? So what now make you think he or she has changed for good? Hmm? You need to assess the situation to make the right judgment, okay? And then always remember too that if people show you who they are the first time, you better believe them, okay? So this is an individual decision. You need to check your comfortability, okay? Check whether you're comfortable going back. See whether this person's ideas and this person's behavior aligns with yours. And if there is that compatibility, right? Excuse me. So you need to check all these other components to see if this is actually what you want, before you make your decisions, okay? Good luck, my dear. Good luck, good luck. So to the 8th question, Mama, can a man and woman be friends without having sex? And if you are married, and if you are a married woman, can you keep your male or female friends even after marriage? Oh, what a good question. Mama, that's so sweet. Can a man and woman be friends without having sex? And if you are a married woman, can you keep your male or female friend even after marriage? Oh, thank you so much for this question. This is lovely. This question has caused a lot of havoc, a lot of problems in people's relationship, and even marriage, in people's union. So this is another question too that a lot of people can also gain from. So thank you for sharing. And to answer your question, yes. Yes, you can keep your friends even after marriage. Why not? Why not? A man and woman can be best friends without having sex. Oh yes. Oh yes. It's not every male and woman relationship or friendship have to end up in the bed. No. Some people are disciplined. Some people become friends and later they become like brothers and sisters. Okay? As a woman or man, you do not have to only like as a man or woman, you do not really, or you are not obligated to always make friends who are the same gender as yourself. No. Who say it's compulsory that as a woman you must have women friends? You cannot make male friends. Who said that? You can have male friends and you can have very good one at that. Okay? You can have good ones for that matter. So if you are not all that lucky too with female friends, with all those their jealousies, and you have female friends, you are wishing them the best to grow, to be prosperous, but they are bringing you down. If you happen to fall into that category that is not lucky with female friends, my dear, who says you cannot have male friends? Who says you cannot have male friends as best friends? So you can. And you can also keep such friends as good friends even after marriage. Why not? Sure, you can. So the only thing is when you have such friends, before you get married, of course you will introduce, if this person is actually your best friend, your partner will know about her. Your partner will know about him. Why not? You need to introduce them to your partner, of course, before marriage. And as a married woman or as a married man, let your husband or wife become friend with that your best friend too. So the best friend is no longer just your friend. He or she becomes a best friend to your family. It becomes an auntie to your children, an uncle to your family. Why not? Why not? So let your partner too become best friend, become friend to your friend. Bring that friend in if that friend is your best friend. That you trust that friend, you really know that friend, why not? There's nothing to hide. So if you have no hidden agenda, you can always introduce your best friend to your man or to your woman. But however, some partners may be very jealous and having low self-esteem and having low self-esteem and trust issues to the extent of wanting, asking, or even forcing you to leave and abandon your beloved friend for them. There are people who do that. So you, especially the person who asked this question is a woman, you need to weigh the ups and the downs. First, my dear, before taking a decision. You are not the cause of a jealous husband or a jealous wife insecurities, or their lack of trust and confidence in themselves. You are not. A partner who stops, prohibits, and secludes you from your circle, from everyone in your life, from your best friend, is up to no good. So you better watch out. You better watch it. That idea or that notion of possessiveness, and that notion of possessiveness is where abuse starts from. So you need to be very cautious, okay, to allow anybody to treat you that way, to be very possessive of you, to try to seclude you, try to ostracize you from people. Be very cautious, okay? The manipulation of your life. Do not let anybody manipulate your life, your thoughts and behavior. So when you have a partner who is manipulating your life, manipulating your thoughts, your behavior, who you play with, who you don't have to play with, that is a red flag. That is a big, very big red flag. You need to look over it. You need to really look into it, okay? So my dear, be very cautious who you marry. You need someone to add value to your life and not someone to remove the already good things and the value you already have, or the good people who have been there for you. You don't need such people to come into your life and take them out. Instead, you need a partner who will add more value to what you already have, what you already built as a woman. Okay? So be smart, be real, and be yourself at all times. Good luck. Good luck, my dear. So this brings us to our last question of the day. I know people are saying, oh my God, but I hope you've been enjoying it and having fun with me. Thank you for hanging there. So the ninth question of the day, which is our last question, is, Mama, I have been married for 15 years with no child. I have done series of tests and they said nothing is wrong with me. But time is going, I'm so confused. What do you advise, Sandra? Oh, Sandra, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry for your predicaments, okay? And thank you so much, Sandra, for sharing. This is a very, very, very good question, and this is crucial, right? Because a lot of couples are going through this, where people get married and then stay for lots of years, and they are trying to make babies. Babies are not coming when they need it. It can be frustrating. So this is something that a lot of people are going through. So I thank you so much, Sandra, for sharing this with me and for sharing it with my viewers. Thank you. So to your question, my dear, love, love, commitment. So love, commitment, faithfulness, and loyalty are great attributes to have towards a partner. However, 15 years is a very long time to wait when it is not your fault. A woman's time expires, my dear, and menopause kicks in. But a man can still make babies even at old age. So when you are taking decision or waiting, you need to put that into perspective while you wait. But to walk the talk with you today, Sandra, my dear, I would suggest you try somewhere else. Oh yes, try somewhere else to see before it's too late for you as a woman. If the doctors have said it is not your fault why you are not pregnant, and then you are not getting pregnant, sometimes people body don't just mix. You need to get up and try somewhere else before it's too late for you as a woman. Okay? But now, caution. Caution, caution. I am not suggesting that you cheat or deceive your husband or your partner with a child that is not his. Okay? That is not what I am suggesting. All I am trying to say is do have a heart-to-heart conversation with your man, with your husband on your plans. Let him know you want to try something else to see, because time is going. Your biological clock as a woman is clicking, girl. You need to step up to your game. You need to call your husband's attention. Talk to him so you both can decide on the next line of action to take. Whether you want to adopt children, which is also beautiful. You can decide to adopt together and raise children that will still call you mommy and daddy, that will know you to be their only parents. Okay? So there's nothing bad in that. So either both of you come together to say, okay, we want to adopt children, or then you can go out to get pregnant and come home with the pregnancy for him. Some men do accept that if they know the problem is coming from them. They might have that deal with you as a wife and say, okay, go try it. If you get pregnant, I'm still going to be the father. You can have that deal. So, but let him be a part of that decision. Okay? And then you can come, like I said, you can come home with the pregnancy, or you leave entirely. You leave to find your happiness. Okay? Just go your separate ways, leave, and go look for your happiness. The man or woman may already know their problems. When things like this are going on, the man or the woman, they may already know their problems. So if you don't talk about it, you cannot find solution. Okay? So it's always good to talk about it. If you've reached the stage where you can no longer endure, where you think, okay, I have reached the brim of it, I'm done, you need to sit down and have that conversation, heart-to-heart conversation with your partner. And then both of you, like I said, can join heads together to see the best way forward. Okay? Good luck, my dear. Please let me know how it goes. And if you still need more support with this, email me and then we can do one-on-one counseling on how best you can manage the situation. And then I can even help you, support you and your husband through the process. Okay, my dear? Good luck. Well, folks, we have finally come to the end of our program for the day, of all the questions for the day. So, people, I hope I was able to support you today with your concerns and questions. But if this supportive and solution-focused therapy is not enough to clear your concerns, okay, and you do need more support to getting answers or healing through life challenges, let's connect. Let's connect one-on-one, collaboratively. Let's walk through your healing process. Okay, folks? You can message me, you can text me, call me, and we can arrange the best way to connect one-on-one for counseling and therapy section, okay? Remember, we all need someone to talk to. Two good heads working together in unity is better than one. And a problem shared with the right person is a problem half solved. So thank you all for watching today. Thank you for your patience. Continue to send in your messages, okay? And please share this video. Share so that somebody else will gain from it. I see that you've not been sharing. Please share and share. It does not take anything from you to click the share button. Okay? Thank you all for your support. I appreciate your time. God bless you. Bye-bye. I'll see you all soon. Bye.